Watching The Burning Question, and it's all about freebies. How much is enough? Because if political parties are to go with this new tagline which they have got, this Revdi culture debate is gaining momentum. And it's gaining momentum because wherever the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, after being victorious in Punjab, goes, whether it's in Gujarat or Himachal Pradesh, he's promising free electricity. He's promising that he is going to give everything free. Is it possible? Can the governments just promise everything for free? In capital, bold, free. And in the backdrop of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's remarks and the Supreme Court's remarks, which was very particular about it, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's remarks were very clear, very, very clear. And what the court said was also equally clear, that it's a serious issue. Supreme Court said, it's a serious issue. And Prime Minister said, how long? How long will this continue? Because at the end of the day, in sheer desperation, in sheer frustration, when you are unable to defeat the Prime Minister or the BJP, yes, the Aam Aadmi Party has been successful as far as politics of Delhi is concerned, and now they've proven in Punjab that they can come out of Delhi and do the same. So now, when you have Gujarat and Himachal, two important states going to polls, the Aam Aadmi Party is pressing the pedal. The Aam Aadmi Party is saying, and their topmost leader, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, is making this announcement from more or less every speech he gives, every speech, that free electricity, free health, free this, free that will be given. But can the system take the burden of so much being given for free? Can the system, can the state governments which are already under huge losses, and this Arvind Kejriwal is aware about? Is the Punjab state government in profit? No. But still, promises are being made. So why? And is this right? That's the debate. But first, this special report.
The debate over Revdi culture is heating up after Prime Minister Narendra Modi's jibe on shortcut netas yesterday.
हमारी सरकार समस्याओं के स्थायी समाधान में जुटी है। पराली की दिक्कतों के बारे में भी बरसों से कितना कुछ कहा गया, लेकिन शॉर्टकट वाले इसका समाधान नहीं दे पाए। हम किसानों की पराली से जुड़ी समस्याओं को समझते हैं, इसलिए उन्हें इससे छुटकारा पाने के आसान विकल्प भी दे रहे हैं।
The Supreme Court today observed that the promise and distribution of freebies by political parties during elections is a serious issue. Observing that freebies and social welfare schemes are two different things, the top court said a balance has to be struck between the economy losing money and welfare measures. Amid a fight between the BJP and other parties over the issues of freebies or the Revdi culture, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal hit out at the central government, alleging that the government was piling on taxes on the masses but waving it off for the rich.
इस देश के अंदर एक रेफरेंडम होना चाहिए। ये जो एक माहौल बनाया जा रहा है कि जनता को फ्री की सुविधाएं देने से देश को नुकसान होगा, फिर सरकार का काम क्या है? अगर जनता को जितना टैक्स लेती है उससे जनता को ही सुविधाएं नहीं देंगे और सारी सुविधाएं अपने दोस्तों को देंगे, ये तो धोखा हो जाएगा।
The BJP also lashed out at Arvind Kejriwal, underlining the difference between freebies and welfare schemes.
अब मैं आपको बिल्कुल स्पष्ट बता दूं, फाइनेंस कमीशन ने यह तय करके बताया कि 5 वर्षों के लिए जो सारे प्रदेशों को जीएसटी में से डिवॉल्व होता था, वो 42% पर ही रहेगा। रेवड़ियों से छूट तक की राजनीति अरविंद केजरीवाल का चरित्र बन गई। संवैधानिक पद पे बैठा व्यक्ति इस तरह के अनर्गल बयान दे।
After Prime Minister Narendra Modi's remark, and now that the Supreme Court has also made observations, how far will this debate between freebies and welfare schemes go? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
And I have with me the national spokesperson of the BJP, Sardar R.P. Singh. I have political analyst Mamta Kale. I have Aam Aadmi Party's national spokesperson Reena Gupta. I have advocate of the Supreme Court Desh Ratan Nigam. I have political analyst Manasvi Thapar joining in from Ahmedabad. And I have Tausif Ahmed Khayan, advocate and political analyst joining in from Kolkata. I start with you, Reena Gupta. Reena Gupta, when your leader says everything free, 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 and I'm not only talking about Delhi and Punjab, even in Gujarat and Himachal, then why, Ms. Gupta, if you can tell me that wherever your government is, why isn't Ayushman Bharat scheme implemented in Delhi then? That's a free health scheme. You are for free. I'm raising a question that how much free is good. But I'm saying you as a party, that is the Aam Aadmi Party, Reena Gupta, say that everything should be given for free, then why? Can you tell me, ma'am, that Ayushman Bharat has not been implemented by the Delhi government? Reena Gupta.
So Aishwarya, first of all, let me begin by saying that whatever benefits, welfare measures any government, be it the central government or the state government, gives to its citizens, comes out of the taxes that we pay. Each citizen of this country, whether rich or poor, pays either direct taxes or indirect taxes. So nobody is giving anything to anybody out of their own pocket. So saying something like कि हमने free fund में लोगों को अनाज दिया, उसके लिए हमें धन्यवाद देना चाहिए, ये एक तरीके से लोगों की इंसल्ट करना है. किसी ने कोई फ्री फंड में कुछ नहीं दिया, किसी ने अपनी जेब से कुछ नहीं दिया. जहां तक रिसोर्सेज की बात है ऐश्वर्या, there is no dearth of resources in this country.
Yes.
The problem is that over the years, the ruling governments, the ruling parties have made sure that the friends of the ruling party, be it Congress or be it BJP, it's only the friends of the ruling party which gets richer and richer. And BJP has perfected that art. What happens is that, for elections, you need money. So you give money in the form of electoral bonds, and then the government writes off, waives off the loans of all of these companies, these individuals who have given revenues to the political. No, but
you didn't answer, Reena Gupta. Why hasn't your government implemented Ayushman Bharat? It's a free health scheme, ma'am.
Aishwarya, let me complete. Allow me the same privilege that you give to other spokespersons.
Please.
Let me complete my opening remarks.
I give it to everyone. I am starting the debate with you.
Exactly. So don't interrupt. Let me finish my chain of thought. As far as Delhi is concerned, Aishwarya, when we were elected in Delhi 7 years ago, Delhi government budget was 31,000 crores. Today, the budget is 78,000 crores. So Delhi is a fiscally responsible, fiscally prudent government. And I don't need to say this. This is what the CAG of this country says, that Delhi government is managing its finances very well. Now, the federal structure of this country allows the state to design its own schemes, design its own benefits for its people. So, because Delhi is a surplus state, because Delhi is a corruption-free state, that is the reason our revenues are higher. We have managed to give world-class education, world-class health, free electricity, free water, free right to women. So this is the only way this country will prosper, Aishwarya. And our constitution says that India is a socialist country, which means each citizen of this country.
No, the constitution says, but ma'am, there is a difference between welfare and freebies. Sardar R.P. Singh, let's just settle this debate. That can you please tell me which friend of yours has become really, really rich? Which friend of yours is Reena Gupta really envy of?
I can tell you.
Which friend? No. Sardar R.P. Singh. How much? What all?
Let me answer that.
Sardar R.P. Singh, Reena Gupta, calm down. Reena Gupta, these are just opening comments. Thank you.
Your name is not
Sardar
Arpit.
RPC.
Parliament,
Reena Gupta.
Reena, I'll come back to you. Reena, I'll come back to you. Reena, I'll come back to
in
you.
the parliament,
Reena Gupta, you're
in the
not RPC.
parliament, the
Reena,
government
calm down,
said-
please.
Government.
Reena,
Just
calm down, please.
Last point, Aishwarya. Last point. In the parliament, the government gave
Okay,
a
okay,
list
make
of
it, make it,
willful
make it, make it, make it.
defaulters.
Okay, Baba.
In the parliament, the central government gave a list of biggest willful defaulters. Mehul Choksey is leading that list as the biggest willful defaulter of this country. These are the friends
Okay,
of
you made your
Bharatiya
point.
Janata
Thank you.
Party who have taken
Sardar
the
RP
money
Singh.
and run away
Sardar
from the
RP Singh.
country. This
Sardar
is called
RP Singh.
revenue politics.
Sardar RP Singh. Sardar RP Singh, going by the tone and tenor, Aam Aadmi Party is going to maintain their stand on freebies. They are going to promise wherever there is going to be election, you need to prepare. That's the bottom line. That's what I can gather. Sardar RP Singh.
Aishwarya, I hope Reena Gupta will not interrupt in between. You gave her a complete free time to say whatever she
No one will,
wanted to say, and you gave her additional time also for a last point also. Yeah, thank you. Reena Gupta ji, will she like to answer that 26,000 crore rupees is the loss of Delhi Jal Board today? She was talking about the budget being surplus budget. 1,000 crore rupees is DTC budget, DTC losses. And she is talking about corruption-free government. Minister is in jail. Jail minister is in jail. And because of all his financial bungling, and another minister is on the way to go to jail. So that's how the corruption-free government is. They give benefit to they अपने दोस्तों को रेवड़ी मानते हैं. 174.36 crore revenues were distributed to the liquor mafia. We all know that. So the revenues are, we all know who gives revenue to whom. But question is that freebie really freebie? Let's answer question that also. Or is just a big message being created or big ad being created? I give a challenge to Mr. Kejriwal. He said his constituency is New Delhi. The Bapu Dham area name Bapu Dham in his constituency. Let him drink water from tap for 1 week from Bapu Dham constituency's tap, and then let him go to a government hospital. They won't. He can't drink that water for 1 week. He'll be hospitalized for another 1 month after that, and he won't go to a government hospital. All his ministers go to the Sarkari or the private hospitals. None of them go to Sarkari hospitals. Freebie education is free for everyone in the country who want to go to a government school. But let's see the condition of the government schools in Delhi. They make so much noise about the government school. My challenge again, Mr. Manish Sisodia or any other minister, children, have they ever gone to any government school? No. The children study in some school in Gurgaon or some other private schools. None of the children have gone to a government school because we know that more than 50% schools don't have principals. More than 50% schools don't have vice principals. There are ad hoc teachers. And the administrators, the education department, people go there, says, आप question का answer, question लिख दीजिए, हम आपको pass कर देंगे. That's how the condition of the state is. Their chief minister, Mr. Man, other day was with the prime minister, हमको 1 lakh crore रुपए दे दीजिए.
No, Mr. RP Singh. No, Mr. RP Singh, it's okay. Reena Gupta, it's okay. Manasvi Thapar and Mamta Kale. Manasvi Thapar and Mamta Kale. Manasvi Thapar, how much? How much of this freebie policies, Manasvi, how much of this freebie policy will be accepted? Yeah. And tell me please, whatever as citizens of democratic India, whatever we get is our entitlement. We don't need these free gifts from these rulers, from these so-called politicians who feel that they are rulers. Because at the end of the day, we need to understand that Arvind Kejriwal, as Reena Gupta said, Manasvi, that Delhi state is okay. But if you go to Gujarat, because Arvind Kejriwal went to Gujarat, and according to Arvind Kejriwal's own party, that the Gujarat state government does not have the money to give free electricity, then how can Arvind Kejriwal go and promise? I am saying, how much do you want to promise? How much free do you want to promise? Because at the end of the day, that free will also have its own burden on the system, and that will come on all of us. On all of us, Manasvi.
Correct. Aishwarya, so this is a very valid debate. So I just went to the BJP Sankalp Patra of Delhi 2020, in which they have on page number 23, on which they says that they are going to give free electric scooty to girls. That is not freebies. Then they say they are going to give free bicycles to, please allow me uninterrupted time. Then they said that they are going to give free bicycles to girls. That is not freebies.
Everyone.
Then they said on a marriage of a daughter, 51,000 would be given. That is not freebies. 2 rupees kilo atta will be given. That does not amount to freebies. Then further, in Manipur also they went in 2022 and they said that they are going to give free scooties. Then they said 25,000 to meritorious girls would be given. Laptops would be given. Are they not part of freebies? In Uttar Pradesh also, they said free travel for 60 years old women would be given. That does not amount to freebies. Then they said free power to farmers and 2 LPG cylinders every Holi and Diwali would be given to farmers. That does not amount to freebies. I congratulate them. It is social welfare. That is how countries should function. In their manifestos in Delhi, Manipur, Uttar Pradesh, every manifesto, they have given freebies and that amounts to social welfare. What is the problem? When Arvind Kejriwal gives, that amounts to freebies, that amounts to Rebdi Baji. When they give, that amounts to social welfare, that amounts to master stroke, that amounts to Modi ji's photograph. That is not how country functions. आप करो तो वो freebie नहीं है, दूसरा कोई करे तो वो freebie है. सवाल आपके manifesto में है. In your own manifestos, you have laid down, I am reading it from your own manifesto. मोदी जी की फोटो के साथ पेज नंबर 23 दिल्ली संकल्प पत्र, it is written there of the 60-page manifesto. The question is, your problem is with Aam Aadmi Party, your problem is not with freebies. Your problem, if the problem would have been with the freebies.
Mamta Kale, then you are also doing the same thing. Mamta Kale, then you are also doing the same thing. Then BJP is also doing the same thing.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya ji. First of all, a very happy Raksha Bandhan to everyone. And, I must tell you that the Mool Mantra of Shri Arvind Kejriwal ji, who happens to be even my Chief Minister, ki Muft ka Chandan Ghis Mere Nandan. This is his political ideology, this is his motto, and this is what he has been doing for so many years now. And I tell you, they don't understand the difference between welfare and freebies. When a government, a center government gives free, food to 80 crore people during COVID is called welfare. Is called welfare. Giving COVID vaccination to everyone, even to those who can't afford it, to save their lives is called welfare. But coming out and making those desperate attempts and measures while addressing the political parties during elections and saying, I will give you free ka pani, free ka bijli, I'll come and fetch vegetables also in your house in free. All you need to do is vote me in power. That is called freebies and misusing the taxpayers' money. Now I just want to say that, I've been hearing this one particular line since the whole day. Some, BJP के किसी friend को benefit हुआ है. I'll tell you what is benefiting friends is called when a CM and a deputy CM forfeits and gives away the government's यानी सरकारी खजाने का पैसा amounting 1,144 crores to sharab mafia is called helping the sharab mafias and the friends. When you forfeit 30 crore rupees to your sharab mafia friends,
hold on, Reena.
Helping the friends. Also, no, let me just finish. When you give thekas, sharab
complete.
in Delhi to blacklisted sharab mafias, that is called helping your friends by taking money in the name of chanda from them. When you actually give thekas to manufacturers by tweaking the rules and regulations in retail sector, helping the friends by using sarkari khazana and taxpayers' money.
Reena Gupta is countering you, Mamta. Reena Gupta is countering you. Yes, Reena Gupta.
Aishwarya, the people who lost their family in the huge tragedy of Gujarat, अभी उनके आंख के आंसू भी नहीं सूखे हैं. तो I think excise policy पे तो I don't think she's a BJP spokesperson. She doesn't like to be called that. तो excise policy पे तो थोड़ा discussion नहीं करें तो बेहतर है. 27 साल से जहाँ नशाबंदी चल रही है और किस तरह से भारतीय जनता पार्टी के छोटे से बड़े पूरे नेता गुजरात में अवैध शराब के धंधे में लिपटे हुए हैं, उस पे तो मैं टिप्पणी ना करूं, वही बेहतर है. जहां तक रेवड़ी की बात है,
Aishwarya, talking about excise policy and you're going on talking about it only.
One by one. Please, one by one,
Can I complete,
one by one,
Aishwarya?
all of you. One by one, thank you very much. Yeah. Please carry on,
So,
one by one.
Aishwarya,
Thank you. Yeah,
I will
carry
explain what reveries are. These are, this is not even
what
reverie,
are
it's the gajak that Bharatiya Janata Party has given to its friends. 10 lakh crores of NPAs have been written off. 10 lakh crores of NPAs in the last 5 years. 5 lakh crore of corporate revenue has been foregone because this government reduced the corporate tax rate from 30% to 20%. ये कहते हैं कि अपने दोस्तों को आपने गजक खिलाई और उसके बदले में क्या हुआ? सबसे ज्यादा बेनामी चंदा इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स भारतीय जनता पार्टी के खजाने में आया। पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स, ऐश्वर्या, ये आपका और मेरा टैक्स का मनी है। पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स को जब आप रीफाइनेंस करते हैं तो वो देश का पैसा होता है, उसको रीफाइनेंस क्यों करा जाता है? क्योंकि आपने लोन
You are countering BJP, Reena Gupta. I am saying you counter BJP. You question BJP as much as you want. No, Reena Gupta. You question BJP, you counter BJP, you ask Karpi Singh as much as you want. But my question, Desh Ratan Nigam and Tausif Ahmed Khan. Desh Ratan Nigam and Tausif Ahmed Khan, both of you are lawyers. My question is simple. How much can our system really take of this freebie politics? I'm saying how much? Desh Ratan Nigam, what the Apex Code has said, I don't need to repeat that. But what I mean is, if I ask the Aam Aadmi Party says, look, this is what is there, as Manasvi Thapar said, in BJP Delhi's. If I say BJP says, look, mine is welfare, there is freebies. They say mine is welfare, there is freebies. What is happening? Desh Ratan Nigam. Desh Ratan
Economic data. If you look at the economic data, it is very, very clear that the non-BJP ruled states have the highest level of debt to GDP ratio, starting with Punjab, which has about 57%. And Punjab is begging the central government that it's about 1 lakh crore be given to them. This the Aam Aadmi Party will not tell you. And thank God the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson used the word write-off, not the wave-off, which their boss was using, because there is a difference between the wave-off and the write-off. Write-off, it is not that it is waived off. They are subject to recovery. And 8.6 lakh crore of NPAs have been already recovered. So far as Mehul Choksi and Vijay Mallya is concerned, the properties and the recovery that has been made takes care of the defaults that they have made. Now, secondly, health and education that people are talking about has never been considered as a freebie. Even the roads, rural roads also, which are given to the people, are not considered freebies. They are welfare schemes. Manasvi Thapar made all the statements. They were about targeted welfare schemes. They were not freebies given to all. There were particular sections were targeted. There were targeted subsidies, targeted groups were given. None of the examples given by Manasvi Thapar is talks about general throwback of freebies or reveries. He himself knows about that. Targeted welfare schemes has been done by this country right from the beginning, and I hope the country progresses and develops in such a manner that tomorrow there is no need to give freebies to anybody. So we are so developed, and that should be the effort.
No, but can our system take, Tausif, can our system take so much burden? Tausif. Yes, Tausif.
Aishwarya, the more welfare schemes, or you call it freebies, the better it is, for the people of the country, as long as the beneficiaries are the people. We have seen very recently, yesterday, Yogi Adityanath also declared, and in fact it is part of the party election manifesto, that women will be given a free bus ride. So whether it is about, there are three basic areas where, in order to help the people of the society, government must take action. Three areas. One is education. Education should be either cheap or free, at least the primary education. Secondly, the electricity, which is a very good example that we have in Delhi. There should be a cap, like a certain units should be free, and then there's a catch in that. Only domestic electricity bill which are used in domestic areas. And then thirdly, is the water. There should be no tax at water at all. At least these three basic areas is where BJP should look at when they are going ahead in UP elections. I would say let us there be a competition between BJP states and other states. As long as it brings benefit.
Desh Ratna Nigam
of India.
But what the point I want to make here is, Reena Gupta, that there is a difference between benefits and freebies. And why do I say so? That benefits are not same, and viewers, we need to understand this. Manasvi, benefits are not benefits and freebies. Benefits is targeted for the most deserving. Benefits are targeted for the most deserving. Freebies are for all. Benefits. Now it's Garib Kalyan Yojana. Now that is during pandemic. No. Free water to all, irrespective of free water, TV, gold, jewelry, mobile phone. Now I am only. No, Manasvi. You come in. There is a lot of time. Reena Gupta wants to come in. Mamta Kale wants to come in. Desh Ratna Nigam wants to come in. Everyone comes in. The only point I am saying is, and my team has just told me that what all parties say that they'll give you free. Parties say, and viewers, this is for you to understand. They say we will not only give you free water and electricity, which can still be understood. Free TV. Free gold jewelry. Free sari. Free mobile phone. Free washing machine. You please tell me, benefits regime, benefits is for targeted poor people who need it. That is what benefit schemes are for. Freebies are for everyone. That irrespective whether you want it or not, you get it. That is where the problem is, Manasvi and RP Singh. And then I'm coming to you, man.
Please.
Reena Gupta after this.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I will. There is a long time. Hold on. Thank you. Manasvi and RP Singh.
Yeah. So I think that is what Arvind Kejriwal is trying to do. He is going for social welfare, and that is how I give you an example. By capping it 200 units per month, what is he trying to do is domestic houses which are going to use less than 200 are going to get that benefit. If you are using it above that, your house, my house, obviously going to go above 200 because we have ACs at our place. We have large number of rooms at our houses. That is why it is going to go upscale. So that I am not getting a freebie. You are not getting a freebie. In our panel, no one is getting any freebie. It is for those people weaker economically, those sections who are going to get benefit from that. What is a big problem in that? If BJP does it, I congratulate BJP. When BJP in their manifesto in Uttar Pradesh said that they are going to give free travel to women above age 60, that's a great thought. So that's a great thought. That is not a freebie. That's a social welfare scheme. And RPG, let me make my point. In quality index, in happiness index, all the nations are above us. Why? Because they are giving some kind of universal basic free education, universal healthcare. They are giving universal free pay to unemployed people. That is how you give and
they
give
should be given, Manasvi, to the deserving. It should not be without any long-term aim, with the only short-term aim to win the next elections. It should not be without Sardar RP Singh. It should not be without any long-term aim, with the only aim to win the next and the immediate election. That's my problem. If that is the aim, to win the next, then the very next election, then it is not helping anyone, my friend.
Aishwarya, please allow me 1 second. Aishwarya, allow me 1 second.
Okay.
Yes.
And then I'll take a reply from Sardar RP Singh.
Holi and Diwali was to be given. Was that a freebie by BJP manifesto in Uttar Pradesh? BJP in its manifesto in Uttar Pradesh said they are going to give, in Manipur they said they are going to give electric scooters.
Sardar RP Singh.
So was that...
Sardar RP Singh and Reena Gupta now. Sardar RP Singh and Reena Gupta.
Would be given free. Will that be amounted?
Okay, Manasvi, thank you. Sardar RP Singh.
That is social welfare. When someone else does it, that's a freebie. That does not amount.
Okay, Manasvi. Yeah. Okay.
Manasvi,
Sardar Sahab.
Let me help you to joggle with your memory. Let me help Manasvi to help him with joggling his memory. सबके लिए कह रहा हूँ. Do you remember what Mr. Kejriwal said when he went for election for the first time? कि I'll get the money from the two big corporates. and then get that money for electricity because they have cheated on Delhi. I remember the amount. He said, I'll get the 6,000 crore rupees from them and ensure that the electricity bill for whole of the Delhi is cut down, scaled down by 35% because they have looted the two big corporates. I'm not naming them. Two big corporates have looted Delhi. And what happened later on? Now the Delhi government is giving 6,000 crore rupees subsidy to those companies. It's other way around. So that's what the problem is. You make promises, you make false promises, and then you take a U-turn on those promises. That's the problem. Man, I'm giving a challenge. If Mr. Kejriwal is so upright about his promises, then let him give free electricity. Let him give cut
Reena Gupta is answering. Reena Gupta is answering. Manasi, hold on. Reena.
800 crore.
Reena.
टाटा अंबानी की जेब से जो 6,000 करोड़ पे आना था, और वो 6,000 करोड़ पे हर महीने के बिना टाटा अंबानी की जेब में जाता है, उसके जिम्मेवारी कौन लेगा? वो पैसा किसका है? वो मेरा आपका पैसा है।
Okay, relax, Reena Gupta. Reena Gupta. Okay, Manasvi, calm down. Thank you. Reena. Manasvi, calm down. One by one, Sardar Sahab. Thank you, Reena. Reena and Mamta Kale. Yeah, Reena.
वो ठीक है क्या? दिल्ली में क्या?
Manasvi, calm down. सबको शांत करा रहा हूँ रीना जी. Thank you. Please carry on, ma'am. Can you please tell me? By the way, you still haven't told me, ma'am, why Ayushman Bharat is yet not implemented in Delhi. Huh? That's a free health scheme, by the way. Yes, ma'am. Please carry on.
Aishwarya ji, see, we have been a free country for 75 years. Still in 75 years, we are still considered a developing country. Why have we not reached a level of a developed country? If you look at any studies, international studies, whenever they look at countries, the best performing countries, Scandinavian countries, jahan pe, happiness index, hunger index, they are top everywhere, right? Don't we aspire to become like them?
Yeah.
In these countries, all of these things, access to free education, access to free health, unemployment benefit, free childcare, all of this is given. Aishwarya ji, and there is enough data, there is enough literature, but problem ये है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी तो उसमें विश्वास ही नहीं रखती है, सिर्फ जुमलाबाजी करना आता है. अगर आपने ढंग से कुछ स्टडी किया होता, there is a positive correlation between GDP growth and providing basic services to your citizens. So this is how we will actually develop as a country. जब सब खुश होंगे, सबकी भूखमरी कम होगी, तो देश की जीडीपी बढ़ेगी, हम सब अमीर होंगे. 7 साल से जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने मिसमैनेजमेंट किया है,
you do it for the people. You do it for the people who want. Reena Gupta, my counter to that is you do it for the people. Listen, if you do it for that targeted section, Reena Gupta, which really wants and which is in real need of it, because when Tausif was saying, Aishwarya, there is no difference between benefits and freebies. Tausif, I disagree. And here is why I disagree. Because benefits are for those who need it. Freebies are for everyone. Yes. Whether you need it or not, Reena Gupta, it's given. That's the problem.
Yes.
I say with no long-term agenda, with no long-term aim. There has to be a long-term aim. It just cannot be that there is a Himachal election now. Now there is a Gujarat election. I will go and I will say everything is free. Don't worry. I win the next election. I don't know how am I going to do it. That is my problem. That is my only problem. You do it with a long-term aim. Accept it. Reena Gupta, do you understand, ma'am?
I understand, Aishwarya ji. 7 years of mismanagement by Bharatiya Janata Party. Right now, 70 to 80% of the country is hungry. So 70 to 80% of the country needs these benefits because inflation is highest, unemployment is highest. As a result of this, we are lowest in the hunger index. Do we want to remain like this forever? 75 साल पहले जो हमारे देश के लोगों ने इतनी कुर्बानियां दी, वो इसलिए दी कि आप आज की तारीख में आप लगान लगाएं, आप दूध पे, चावल पे, नमक पे आप लगान लगाएं और उस लगान के जीएसटी के पैसे से आप अपने अमीर दोस्तों का जो है फायदा उठाएं. इसलिए हमें आजादी मिली थी. इसलिए ये दिन आज 75 साल हो गए, बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर का सपना पूरा नहीं हो पाया. So at least somebody is trying
hold
to
on,
do
hold on,
that.
hold on, Mamta.
You're trying to make sure that the country prospers. All of us are happy. All of us are fed. We have food in our stomach. And for that, you need these welfare policies. That is how we will become a developed country, Aishwarya ji.
Can I?
No, that is okay. I take your point, but I'll tell you this, ma'am. Before I come to you, Mamta Khale, that this is not the first time when you said, that wheat and rice are being taxed, ma'am. States like Punjab collected VAT on food grains. What was that? Ma'am, what was that? I am asking you. Will you tell me? When states like Punjab collected VAT on food grains, VAT, that wasn't tax. That was tax. That was also tax, Reena Gupta. I am saying you want to take on BJP. BJP wants to take on AAP. Do it. But I am saying these freebies, as Manasvi said, is also there in the BJP's own manifesto. I am saying, what am I saying is, do it with a long-term aim. Don't do it just to win the next elections. Mamta Khale.
Gee. Yeah, thank you, Aishwarya. You know, I was hearing the Aam Aadmi spokesperson very patiently, and she was talking about international models, and she spoke about hospital and so on and so forth. You know, the party which could not build even a single hospital in Delhi for last 7 years is talking about health of Delhi, whose health minister is behind bars in the charges of money laundering case. Number one. Number two, in 2015, they spoke about making your 10,000 these mohalla clinics all over Delhi. Show me 100 up and running mohalla clinics. What are you talking? And now when you talk about welfare schemes and welfare, my friend, do you know the name? Do you remember this girl who's the Shan of Bharat Mata, a wrestler called Divya Kakran, who when she used to play fight from Delhi, used to run pillar to post, was pleading the chief minister and the deputy CM of Delhi for some help. Did you extend any kind of a help to her? Did you do any welfare for her? No, you didn't. You know why? Because she was of no use electorally for Aam Aadmi Party. She wouldn't have been able to fetch you guys any votes. So you dumped her, and today, when she's asking for her right, she confronted the chief minister of Delhi. She was insulted on social media platform. Now I would like to talk about CAG report, which was not presented by Aam Aadmi Party for four years. They sat on it. You know why, Aishwarya? Because this report have exposed them completely. They have been talking about this free water. Now let me quote some facts from this report only, CAG report. In 1,797 unauthorized colonies till date, they have not laid the pipelines, water pipelines. In 1,573
they are saying they are going to give everyone free.
Unauthorized colonies have
they said they will give free water, not free pipe.
Till date, and they have talked about these things. They said that we'll give you free water, we'll give you free electricity. Vote us. What happened now? And not only Ayushman Bharat Yojana, Aishwarya, they have not implemented Nirbhaya Yojana. They have not implemented Swachh Bharat Yojana in Delhi. This CAG report have exposed them.
Now do you understand what I was saying, that there is a difference between benefits coming. Desh Ratan Nigam, I'm coming to you, sir. Reena ji, I'm coming to you. Hold on. I'm coming to you. Tausif, now do you understand what I was trying to say when I was saying difference between benefits and freebies? Freebies are for all, whether you need it or not, whether I need it or not. Benefits are for that particular targeted section of the society which needs it the most. Tausif.
That is one perception, Aishwarya. You see, India still remains a socialist, democratic and welfare state.
Yes.
What does it mean? It means that the government, who is collecting direct and indirect taxes, government has various ways of making earnings. So government will work for the welfare. As a welfare state, government will work for the welfare of the poor people. And will have a socialist approach, not a capitalist approach. We are not a capitalist dictatorship. We are a socialist welfare and democratic country. And for that reason, every citizen
But
of
why
India,
only
and
to win an
especially
election,
the
Tausif?
downtrodden one, have a right. People have a right to seek help from the government. This is two-way road. The government has a duty as well as
No,
people
the
have a
people
right.
who need it should
Where
be helped.
will the people
people
go?
who need should be helped.
Government is
Tausif, you're right.
collecting
But Deshratan
taxes
Nigam,
from
with the only
middle
agenda
class
of these
and from
political
the rich
parties,
people.
can it be only to
And
win the
a
next and the
portion of
immediate
it must
election
go to the
with
welfare
no
of the poor
long-term
people.
aim to improve the society?
Long
No,
term
but
aim to improve the
boss, if
society
the
will
only aim is to win the next
Long-term-
election and there is no long-term aim, then what are you achieving? Nothing, zilch.
All right. All right.
Deshratan Nigam.
Let us give me 10 seconds on this
The question
election.
has been asked to me.
Who is
Question has been
using
asked to
this
me.
for election?
Okay, 10
It is
seconds. 10
Yogi
seconds to
Adityanath.
Tausif. 10
Yogi
seconds to Tausif.
Adityanath who has allowed
10 seconds to
free bus
Tausif, Deshi.
tickets.
Yeah.
If we say that these are only for election purposes, then we'll have to catch hold of Yogi Adityanath. He has announced free bus tickets for women in the election manifesto. So he is using the recent case in hand is of Yogi Adityanath. So please do not go into whether these are announced only on election period or in non-election
Deshratan Nigam
period.
is counting.
As long as
Deshratan Nigam is
poor
counting.
people,
Deshratan
as long as
Nigam.
it's beneficial to people.
Deshratan Nigam, Tausif, okay.
They are good.
Deshratan Nigam, Manasvi tha padya. Pass.
Yes, I heard
Thank
them. I heard everybody patiently, and Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson talked about Scandinavian countries where everything is given free. Please understand that the tax structure and tax rate out there is 54%, and in India the highest slab on few items is 28%. It is almost double in those countries. Please look at the tax structure of the places where it is given all free, and I'm saying it after reading the reports. And secondly, let me give you a few examples of Delhi. The quality of potable water in Delhi is very poor. Every day you see it on social media that people even can't drink that water. Secondly, the roads maintained by Delhi government is very, very poor. Forget about the roads which are maintained by central government and in NDMC areas. Thirdly, recently there was a proposal blocked by the Lieutenant Governor where the diploma institutions fees was being increased by the Aam Aadmi Party government. On one hand, they are trying to give freebie. On the other hand, they are trying to increase fee of the educational institutions. 12 Delhi university colleges run by Delhi government have not been paid salaries since 3-4 years. This is what is the state of affairs, and they call Delhi as revenue surplus state. And I can give you numerous examples, one after the other. And imagine Angan.
Please take it as your ending comments, Manasvi. Yeah, Manasvi. Point taken, sir. Point taken. Manasvi Thapar. You want to give everything free. You want to give everything free, but you are unable to give the basic to those who need it the most. Manasvi. Coming Rinaji after this, yeah.
See, if we want to make India, if we want to make India a developed nation, if we talk about the developed nations, 30% is the single slab rate of tax rate of France, and 30% of the GDP is spent on welfare schemes. They don't term it as
Scandinavian countries. I'm talking about the Scandinavian countries.
Universal basic unemployment.
Scandinavian France is not a
universal basic. Universal.
France is not a
Scandinavian country. Deshratam ji. Let me make my point. Why are you interfering? Why are you getting jittery? Let me make my point. It's about the welfare of this nation.
Carry on. 10 seconds.
Country is doing better than us.
Please take it as ending comment.
And we should implement it in our country. Universal basic pay is given to unemployed people in France. 30% of the GDP is spent on the welfare schemes. That is not freebies. That is given to the people of the citizens of the nation. That's a great thing, and BJP did it in UP by putting it in their manifesto. BJP did it in Manipur by putting it in their manifesto. When they do it, the question is very simple. When they do it, it's a welfare scheme. When someone other does it, that's a freebie. They should on the contrary promote
is that right, Sardar RP Singh?
Section which
Sardar RP Singh, 30 seconds, Sardar RP Singh. And then I'm coming to you, Reena Gupta. Sardar RP Singh, Reena Gupta.
I hope.
Okay. Sardar RP Singh, is that true?
Manasvi, I hope you won't intervene like last. Thank you, Manasvi. I hope you won't intervene like last.
No one will.
In between. I mean, I never intervene.
I never does, Paji.
So,
please carry on, sir. No one will.
Ashura, Manasvi, please. Ashura. The problem is that there's a model of what is being given for development of the state or not. As I said, Today, infrastructure as far as central government goes is being spread like anything. I mean, today roads are being built. Every house we are trying to connect with water taps. Every village and every house we are trying to connect with electricity. We are ensuring that during Corona, whoever needed food was given food. So this is the difference. But whereas what is happening in Delhi, I repeat again, what's happening in Delhi? I give a challenge. Not a single new college, not a single new hospital. Those pathetic Mohalla clinics, I give a challenge. Let Mr. Kejriwal go and get his, or his family go and get his treatment in Mohalla clinic. He will never go there. So, and the condition of schools. As I said earlier, that more than 50% schools don't have principal, vice principals. 75% schools don't have science education. So this is the model.
Reena Gupta, the point he's trying to make is that you want to give everything free, but you are unable to give even the basics. So what Sardar RP Singh is trying to say, that you want to give everything, but you are unable to give even the basics. Reena Gupta, Mamta Kale, 30 seconds each. Yes, Reena Gupta. 45 seconds to you, ma'am.
Aishwarya ji, I fully agree with you that if political parties make promises before the elections and they are not fulfilled, then we have to hold them to task. So, I think maybe you've forgotten, but I remember very well that we were all supposed to get 15 lakh into our account, and we were going to get 2 crore jobs a year, and the income of the farmers was going to be doubled in 2022 Amrit Kal year, where everything, would have turned to gold in this country. So which was the party which promised all of that, and all of this was not delivered? 2 crore नौकरी की तो बात दूर रही, 2 लाख नौकरी नहीं हुई पूरे साल में, and ये पार्लियामेंट में जवाब दिया इन्होंने. So I totally agree with you that if they promise something, they should deliver. Whatever Aam Aadmi Party has promised, we are delivering on all of those things. And as far as RP Singh is concerned, the education model and the health model of Delhi, I don't need to give any certificates. We have certificates from the United Nations. When Melania Trump came to India, she went to Delhi schools to see. Bharatiya Janata Party tried very hard.
Please, let's not talk about Melania. Let's talk about our own Delhi. Mamta Kale, last 30 seconds.
Delhi only, Aishwarya. Yeah. She went to see the schools of Delhi because she had so much money.
I know she went to the school.
Exactly what
I know there were children dancing. I remember, ma'am. Yeah. I know, I remember. Mamta Kale, last 10 seconds, Mamta Kale, very less time left.
Thank you. I wish my friend can take me around Delhi tomorrow and show me those 1,000 Mohalla clinic which were promised in 2015. Also, I remember our chief minister saying, "Har ghar mein ji toti se nalke se pani dunga 2 saal ke andar." And Abhi, I have just given you the data. That almost 2,000 colonies, unauthorized colonies, don't have the pipelines.
So viewers, Sardar RP Singh, Mamta Kale, Deshratan Nigam, Reena Gupta, Manasvi Thapar, Tausif Ahmed Khan. So everyone wants to give freebies. Manasvi said it's there in BJP's Delhi's manifesto as well. Reena Gupta says that they're going to continue doing it. But then, how much, once again I say, how much can our system take first? And what are we achieving really out of it? Because there is a difference between benefits and freebies. I again reiterate, without any long-term agenda and with the only agenda at bay is to win the next election, then we are not achieving what we really want. The debate continues on the other side after a break with one and only Arnab Goswami. Thank you very much, all of you.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 10th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
BJP National President JP Nadda will be on a 2-day visit to Tripura from August 27 to strategize the 2023 Assembly elections. Nadda is also expected to address a rally in Agartala and hold a key meeting with the party office bearers. In yet another milestone in the Gangayaan project, the ISRO successfully carried out the test firing of the low-altitude escape motor and crew escape system from Andhra Pradesh. The crew escape system takes away the crew module of the Gaganyaan mission in case of any eventuality and rescues the astronauts.
A massive face-off that has erupted over the remarks that were made by the AAP MLA, following which Commonwealth Games medalist was forced to take to Twitter to prove she's been playing from 2011 till the 2017. She has 17 certificates to prove that as well.
If it is an individual stand, then Saurabh Bharadwaj will have to make it clear what exactly has happened and how he can say someone that she did not represent Delhi when she has played for Delhi.
Couple sir, one question. Couple sir, one question, sir.
Varsha Rao appearing at the ED office.
CISF Jawan injuries who took those bullets is dead.
The independence of the Supreme Court is today seriously under question. And that's the feeling of a large number of citizens in this country.
Threatening and the besmirching of the reputation of the judiciary, it's shocking that anything and everything is being said. Laws are being spoken of, people and civil rights are spoken of by people who are known to be a lobby.
श्रीकांत के साथ 3 और लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया गया है।
24 में प्रधानमंत्री उम्मीदवार होंगे। देख रहे एक और कंस्ट्रक्शन, पूरा का पूरा कंस्ट्रक्शन धराशायी हो चुका है।
In the wake of the high alert sounded by security agencies about a suspected infiltration from the international border in Jammu, security forces have been carrying out night search operations at multiple locations along the international border in Jammu, Kathua and Samba districts. The infiltration likely to disrupt the celebrations of the upcoming Independence Day.
After Prime Minister Narendra Modi's remark on shortcut politics, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal attacks centre government. The hit out at Arvind Kejriwal, asking him to understand the difference between freebies and welfare schemes. That's BJP's attack. Hearing a plea filed against freebies, the Supreme Court observed that the promise and distribution of freebies by political parties during elections is a serious issue. And viewers, it's raining scams and corruption in Bengal. Mega scams under CBI and ED radar again. Another mega scam, another TMC Neta under arrest. Will Mamta act now?
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
श्रीकांत के साथ 3 और लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया गया है।
24 में प्रधानमंत्री उम्मीदवार होंगे। देख रहे एक और कंस्ट्रक्शन, पूरा का पूरा कंस्ट्रक्शन धराशायी हो चुका है।
In the wake of the high alert sounded by security agencies about a suspected infiltration from the international border in Jammu, security forces have been carrying out night search operations at multiple locations along the international border in Jammu, Kathua and Samba districts. The infiltration likely to disrupt the celebrations of the upcoming Independence Day. In another search operation, 2 terrorists were neutralized while 2 personnel injured and 3 Jawans were martyred in an exchange of fire in Jammu and Kashmir. The suspected terrorists tried to enter Pargal camp of Indian Army, where a Har Ghar Tiranga program was celebrated. Meanwhile, further information is awaited. In a terrorist attack 25 kilometers from Rajouri, 2 terrorists carried out a suicide attack on the army company operating base, who were later neutralized. 3 soldiers lost their lives. Meanwhile, operations in progress. BJP National President JP Nadda will be on a 2-day visit to Tripura from August 27 to strategize the 2023 Assembly elections. Nadda is also expected to address a rally in Agartala and hold a key meeting with the party office bearers. In yet another milestone in the Gangayaan project, the ISRO successfully carried out the test firing of the low-altitude escape motor and crew escape system from Andhra Pradesh. The crew escape system takes away the crew module of the Gaganyaan mission in case of any eventuality and rescues the astronauts.
A massive face-off that has erupted over the remarks that were made by the AAP MLA, following which Commonwealth Games medalist was forced to take to Twitter to prove she's been playing from 2011 till the 2017. She has 17 certificates to prove that as well.
If it is an individual stand, then Saurabh Bharadwaj will have to make it clear what exactly has happened and how he can say someone that she did not represent Delhi when she has played for Delhi.
Kapil sir, one question. Kapil sir, one question, sir.
Varsha Rao appearing at the ED office.
CISF Jawan injuries who took those bullets is dead.
The independence of the Supreme Court is today seriously under question. And that's the feeling of a large number of citizens in this country.
Threatening and the besmirching of the reputation of the judiciary, it's shocking that anything and everything.
What the camel can do in the desert, no amount of technology can. And this is what we're going to tell you. What is the capability of this camel?
रेगिस्तान में सबसे इफेक्टिव जानवर जो है वो कैमल है। तो कैमल को किस तरह से ट्रेन किया जाए कि पीस टाइम में वहाँ पर अच्छी तरह से पेट्रोलिंग कर सकें, पूरे एरिया की देखभाल कर सकें, वॉर के अंदर जो इसकी यूटिलिटी है, जो इसकी उपयोगिता है, उसको अपना सार्थक कर सकें।
Come with me. Let's spend some time with India's only camel unit at the BSF grounds in Jodhpur.
Shocking scale of scams in Bengal unravels. Mamta, top man in custody, cops summoned. Will Mamta act as it goes out of control? Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi raised the issue of institutions.
जगदीप धनखड़ देश के उपराष्ट्रपति पद पर सुशोभित हैं।
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 10th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
The independence of the Supreme Court is today seriously under question. And that's the feeling of a large number of citizens in this country.
Threatening and the besmirching of the reputation of the judiciary, it's shocking that anything and everything.
Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.